Okay, so I'm finally going to focus on the last of that trio sketch, whatever you want to call it, that I started like however many weeks ago now. So, I mean, what else is there to say? This is what it looks like. Actually, it's looking pretty clear. Yeah, because it's been a little bit. I did get a little dirty. I was able to erase a lot of the blue smudges on the face off, but then, there's that little doop-a-doop down there, so... And that's... looks like water. Like maybe I dripped a little bit of water from my paintbrush on there. So, I mean, that's obviously not coming off, but we'll see if we can incorporate that into my mess. Let's get into it. And now we are into it. Oh my goodness, I can't talk already. So essentially I just wanted to do like a couple of areas in with a marker base because I thought it would look nicer, and maybe I am traumatized from that last experience where my gray marker decided to go on me. But I also felt like with how big the area was, which I suppose in all things considered, this is not a very big project, but the space that I had to color like on the side of the head, like the top corner by the that one area there. It felt like a big area, and I always have a hard time coloring large areas anyway. And with the marker, I figured it was just going to look streaky as a base, and yeah, that was a whole lot of explanation I probably didn't need to go through. But I figured the ears were small and pale enough that a base coat of pink would still look nice. So I just did the skin and the ears in a base coat, and then I just layered all the other, I didn't layer any like more base colors on top of the skin and ears and all that, of course. But like the shirt and the hair, I did I did my layering off camera just because A, I was not going to have the room for that, and B, it's probably already kind of boring watching the base colors. It's definitely going to be boring, have to watch layer after layer after layer. And I tend to use something called a burnishing technique, where I will build up layers, but then I will press in to crush that color in. And if you use this, it's definitely like the last step that you want to take. Just because, once you do that, you're definitely not getting any more layering in. So you want to make sure you're satisfied with your layers before you do that. I will take my colorless blender and I will lightly, to maybe a little bit of pressure, go over things. But yeah, I try and do like the actual pressing in as one of the absolute very last steps. And I'm still trying to figure out layering with colored pencil anyway, because even if I go light, it seems to only take so much. But I also probably get a little impatient and maybe sometimes press in more than I should. I don't know. My technique with colored pencil is still a work in progress, although I will say I am decently happy with the results of this one. Like, yes, there are things that I would like to maybe have done better, or looking at it now, I'm like, oh yeah, no, I should have pushed in the color, a little more color over here, or a little more shading over there. It's not quite the dramatic pop that I was somewhat sort of, I don't even remember exactly what I had pictured in my head, but, well, I shouldn't even say it like that. It's more of the vague idea was there. I almost never have like a full picture that I can like work off of like an actual reference photo. So, I mean, that's one part of the struggle, is just figuring out what exactly is in my head and what I need to do to get there. And I don't think this one is like too far off the mark, at least with the background here. And honestly, like it looked kind of cool with just the first layer. I didn't mind that first layer of blue in the back. I thought it was kind of a neat style. And I thought about stopping there. I thought about not doing the background at all, to be honest. But I did think about stopping there, but I was like, no. If we're going to do this, we're going to take the time to do a background. We're going to do it right. We're going to do it as originally intended. And that is that. You can let me know down below if I made the right choice or not, but it is what it is now. There's no going back. And yes, I used my finger to smudge afterwards, just because it was easier. But if you're going to do that, definitely make sure that you have a grip on both sides where your finger is going to be rubbing in. That way it doesn't like slip and bend the paper. Also, it will definitely color your hands, just like I showed there. Mine were very blue, so I had to keep going back over and erasing the blue off the parts that didn't need to be blue. So that was a little tedious, but it was what it was. It wasn't really that big of a deal at the end of the day. And now we begin to cut things out, and now we take a little punk break. Pumpin! Pumpin! She came in just kind of looking at the wall and was like, "What are you doing, punk? I'm going to record you now." And, yeah, I recorded my cat. We had a punk moment. And in the video, in that little clip, it came out pumpin', but I swear I have like 4,000 nicknames for my cat, or like whatever's flying out of my mouth is just gonna fly out of my mouth. And that's usually about what happens. Also, yeah, no, the acrylic paint pens, these ones did not show up, but I mean, I had heavy layers of wax on too, but you can kind of tell that they're two different colors if you're really looking at it. Maybe I should have tried my other pink to get a little more distinction in there, but the dots that I added definitely stand out more, except for maybe that dark red or pink. I think it was a dark pink, actually. So maybe that dark pink would not have been the best idea either. And I think maybe it's because they're a little more brighter and not so pastel, pale, whatever you want to call it. Oh, look, I'm making more random things. Paint mans! I have zero regrets in buying those. I have Poscas, I do, and I've had them for a little while now. The biggest problem with them is that I got medium tip and not fine tip. I was a moron back then. Also, I definitely got hypnotized with how shiny this is, because it is shiny, and I love just kind of watching it reflect back and forth. It looks sort of like a holographic card. Also, part of me slightly regrets putting the little clouds on the bottom, not because I don't dislike them, but because I was actually looking kind of cool with the white. It was almost like it was fading into like a mist. So I could have touched that up, but eh. But anyway, there's my little hooky final product thingy, and let me know what you think down below, and hopefully I'll see you guys next week or on my Discord. Peace out!